Okay, so some of you wanted a behind-the-scenes look at how everything works in the game room. Here it is with the quote-quote work lights on. Big fluorescent. The Disney music is playing because it's just finishing its shutdown sequence from the last video I took. But what I'll do is I'll show you right now. The automation is right in the furnace room here. So right now, as you can see, the two green dots are on this thing called a BlueTunes. And if you look at the screen, it's still playing right now. Essentially what happens is a buddy of mine who does industrial electrical work rigged this up for me. So the BlueTunes is a 8-input MP3 triggered unit for doing Halloween, stuff like that. So I'm going to put more arcade buttons around the game room, which will allow people to trigger different sounds and different things to happen. Essentially, here's the main fuse for everything, individual fuses for all the different circuits, plus a control circuit fuse. This is a PLC controller, which actually runs everything. You program it, telling it what to turn on, when to turn it on, what triggers to run. These are the 4 solenoids that run all the games, so it's really industrial. Here's all the connection blocks. So the nice thing is that you don't run into any trouble. There's no breakers to disconnect. Everything's all shut off right from the head. If you want to work on stuff, you can just pull the fuses right here, so you cut the power. Also, this is a zone control, so all throughout my house I've got different audio zones, and they're all controlled by this. So also, the BlueTunes ties into that, and it does a priority audio, so that when it wants to talk, it'll take over the sound system. This is my little workshop. Parts, tools, miscellaneous stuff. There's some of the audio and video stuff for the house. There's some infrared transmitters, or infrared repeaters to get some of my data upstairs. This is my equipment rack, which essentially has everything in it that I need for the house and for the game room. So 2 4-channel Behringer amplifiers down here, which run all my audio throughout the house and the game room and the bathroom. UPS battery backup. These are the Zone Pro units, which do the controls of all the different audio zones. A little bit of some audio richness here, and my media server, which does all the audio for the entire house. We've got 4 different internet radio stations that run 24 hours a day throughout the house. So if you want to listen to something, it's there. Plus all my Cat 5 runs throughout the house. All this stuff was done after we moved in. The house was finished, but I've got some really creative friends who helped me pull wires. So all that stuff up there, none of it was here when we moved in. Also over here is another older computer that I had, which is running the music videos and the ticker for the entire house, or sorry, for the game room. So what you see on the TV in the bathroom, which is on the other side of that wall there. So as you can see, the rest of the mirror is blacked out. You can't see through into the bathroom at all. It's just where the TV is. So it's showing what's on the TV in the bathroom, as well as the TV in the game room itself. It all runs off that computer. So that's how all that works. Again, this part here is the neatest part, automating everything. So what I'll do is I'll show you what it's hooked up to. So if you come over here, it is playing some audio right now, as you can hear. But if I come up and I hit the white button, all it does is it turns on my light circuit and my TV, so that if we have people over at the house and we're not necessarily using the game room, but people want to come down here and use this as an actual bathroom, I can turn off the fluorescent lights and just have the TV running, the stairs, and the signage. Okay? To turn that off, hold the button, and now everything's off again. Now, the neat thing is if I hold the blue button, you'll see what happens. And listen, it'll kick into the audio.
Good morning, everybody.
So there we go. It kicked in that circuit first, playing the Disney opening music. The TV's on and running, the sign's running, and then it'll kick in one of these circuits. There we go. And then it'll kick in this circuit. And then it'll kick in this circuit. And now the whole game room is active. And it's just playing that audio clip again.
From all of us in the Disney family, we hope you enjoy your day here in the Magic Kingdom, the most magical place on Earth. And now, for your safety and the safety of those around you, we ask that you walk slowly, carefully towards the destination.
And now when this audio is done, it's gonna go back to the audio we had before. There we go. So now we're back to the original audio. So the automation has priority control over everything that happens in here. So it can break in with anything to do with the automation. So when I showed the Boo Tunes box over here, if I add more buttons throughout the house, I bought a whole bunch of them online, so I can add up to 8 different buttons, which will trigger different sounds. So I could have it play 80s music from arcades. Like there's some really neat mixes that people have made of just random 80s arcade sounds, or a special effect. You know, make something funny on the wall, press this and it'll do something. And you can set the Boo Tunes to be random. You can set it to do a playlist for each individual input. So it's a pretty slick little system. I haven't used it to its full potential yet, but that's the hope anyways. But yeah, it has priority to break in for that, as well as I have it hooked up to our phone system here at the house. So if anybody picks up a phone, hits page, it'll break into the audio, not only here, but out in the backyard, in the main part of the house, in the garage, everywhere. And it'll allow that paging. So if anybody needs to get a hold of me or talk to anybody in the house, all they have to do is hit that button. Also, there's a powered sub down in here that's hooked up to the audio in the house. It's a little bit of a small game room, but I'm proud of it. I enjoy it. And that's about it. Post a message, ask comments if you have any questions, and I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. But other than that, that's the behind-the-scenes version of my game room. So we'll turn off the games.
Ladies and gentlemen, Disneyland has now ended its normal operating day. We hope you've enjoyed your visit to the Magic Kingdom and that you'll be back to visit us again soon.
And then again, it holds on to the lighting circuit for the last thing to ever turn off, so that in case people are down here, they're not going to get trapped in the dark. And it kicks it out in a couple seconds. There we go. So now if the fluorescent work lights were off, the whole game room would be dead. But other than that, thanks very much for watching, and have a great day.